Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'd like to welcome you as always to Minecraft Morning Musings. Today we're going to explore Chapter 9 of the Dao de Jing, and I will start by reading from James Legge's 1891 translation. It is better to leave a vessel unfilled than to attempt to carry it when it is full. If you keep feeling a point that has been sharpened, the point cannot long preserve its sharpness. When gold and jade fill the hall, their possessor cannot keep them safe. When wealth and honor leads to arrogancy, this brings its evil on itself. When the work is done and one's name is becoming distinguished, to withdraw into obscurity is the way of heaven. Chapter 8 described at length the nature of water, and Lao Tzu began Chapter 9 by acknowledging the nature of water and advising folks on how to work around it in some ways. A young child may love apple juice, but learns quickly that filling its cup to the brim is a mistake, and, as adults we like to think we know better. Even so, sometimes we fail to prepare properly for situations where a half-full vessel is better than a full one. And vessel here means like bowl, cup, object that carries something, not like a ship or, airplane or whatever. Anyway, I know in Minecraft sometimes, I'll set off on an adventure loaded up with all the gear I could possibly need. Buckets, ladders, picks, shovels, arrows, extra armor. And inevitably, when I am carrying a full inventory, I'll come across things along the way that I want to pick up. And I end up wasting time trying to figure out what to take and what to leave. Half the point of the inventory in the game is to add things to it, and I've gone and impaired myself before I even set out. So that's not great. Now, the next part of this chapter is interesting because it warns of the trappings of greatness and wealth, or the traps of greatness and wealth. And, there's a lot of competition for these things, which begs the question, if these things aren't so great, why do so many people fight over them? Well, they are pretty great. They have a ton of benefits, obviously, but what Lao Tzu is warning here is that those benefits carry burdens, and that people need to understand before they seek these things, what those burdens might be, or to be prepared for that, I guess. And, some of these burdens, like figuring out where to go skiing or what television to purchase, those fall neatly into the easily dismissed category of first world problems. But there are some serious examples of this sort of thing, too. And so at this point, I'm going to kind of leave the jokes behind. If you really like the jokes and you don't like not the jokes, you should probably go ahead and skip to the next video or wait until tomorrow for the next video. Because, after this point, there's not really going to be a lot of funny. Okay, I recently attended a Werner Herzog documentary called Into the Abyss at our local theater, the Belcourt. And the film focuses on the death penalty case of two young men who murdered a woman in her home to steal her sports car. And this is already undeniably a horrible situation. But the part that really bothers me, or it's not just the part, but a part that really bothers me, something that, like, as I'm watching the film, I'm just like, this hurts, is that, okay, after they killed her, they used their pickup truck to dispose of her body in a nearby lake and head back to her house so they can pick up the sports car that they wanted. And the neighborhood is a gated community, and the gates are closed after dark. And these guys didn't have the key to open the gate, and so instead of just giving up at this point, I guess they figure, well, we're pretty much all in. They waited around, and they killed the woman's son and her son's friend just to get the gate key. And I was horrified by the brutality of the entire situation, but the irony that 2 extra lives were lost because of a gate designed to keep the residents of the community safe was a particularly uncomfortable irony for me. I did not like it, obviously. At the same time, I have no idea how many other crimes the gate prevented before this incident or since this incident, but the assuredness of the assumption that such a gate can only lead to good rattles me, I suppose. Anyway, if you're interested in watching that documentary that I've been thinking about for yourself, once again, it was called Into the Abyss and was made by Werner Herzog. And as this series is experimental, I'd appreciate it if you could click thumbs up or thumbs down on each episode and leave me feedback and tell your friends about what I'm doing. And so yeah, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.